Hello. We won. Let's look at the midterms. Let's look at Mikey Sherrill, Abigail Spanberger, Mandami, and let's look at the tariffs. What's happening with that? Hi, my name is Sybil. Welcome to my channel. And this is Apollo, and he wants his ball. People have been asking, where is he? Well, when it's hot, he wants to be inside, but now it's nice and cool. I'm telling you, this dog, he wants to sleep out. We had a storm last night. He's under a roof. Okay. He's on the deck under a roof. But he wants to be in, like, if he finds a cold mud puddle in the winter, he'll go and get in it. I'm like, ew, I'm cold. I don't want to be outside. He's not too pleased about what's been happening here because he can't play in the yard so much with all the rain. But he's waiting for his walk. But we'll do that after. Okay. So, yeah, this is amazing. I said we would win. I predicted winning. And I want to look at some of the people that win. Now, Gavin Newsom is awesome. I mean, he did this Prop 50 in California. And before I was kind of, oh, there goes your ball. It's rolling underway. Oh, there it goes. Sorry. Before I was kind of lukewarm about him. I'm like, he does some good stuff and he's okay. Some stuff I don't like. But he did this Prop 50. And I think they should have took 9 seats, but they took 5 seats. They said, yes, California can have 5 more seats because Texas was taking seats to keep the Republican majority in Congress. And so, yeah, now, let's look at, will Virginia, I think it's, what other states are going to do that? I think it's Virginia, because now, hey, we got Democratic governor, Democratic attorney general, Democrats in the House, and the House, state, House and Senate, I believe. There are other states that are going to do this. I think Illinois is going to do this. I'm not sure. You guys probably know more than me. But let's look at Virginia doing this. Let me make sure I'm right. Sorry if my phone goes off. I have a big, huge hassle every time I put it on airplane mode. Thank you all for helping me in the comments. Let's just ask, will Virginia do redistricting? This might be old because the election just happened every 10 years. Okay, I don't think this is. Let's look at, I might need to do some more research before I look at this one, but we'll just throw some cards on it. And you guys will correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, where's my cards? Oh, here they are. Okay. So, Gavin Newsom is awesome. I want to look at him for 2028. Yeah, okay. Let's look at Virginia. Will Virginia do redistricting before 2026? Will Virginia now do redistricting before 2026? Okay, so are they going to do this or are they going to stay where they are? Because they followed the law. It looks like I'm getting a yes. They are going to start taking action and take back some seats. Yeah, that'll be a yeah. Okay. So, yeah. All right. Let's look at Abigail Spanberger. I'm going to look at her psychically. I feel like she's a person that really follows the rules. Her this is her life purpose, to be here, helping America. This is part of her soul agreement. She was meant to be in there. She was meant to win. She is here in a lifetime of service. And she has had other lifetimes. It's a little bit hard for her, but she has had other lifetimes where she totally dissolved her ego, where she was in a very kind of spiritual place. And so she really doesn't have an ego. She very much follows the rules. She's very detailed and really a rule follower, but she really has a big open heart for humanity. This is part of her purpose in life. She's fulfilling her purpose to serve. And she has a little bit of an ego with that. Her birthday is August 7th, so she's Leo. So that gives her enough ego to get up there and talk and do this, because you have to have a little bit of an ego. But she really is doing this to serve. Wow. I want to look at, let's look at her future. She might have, I think if they run every 4 years, she could have an 8-year term here. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But let's look at her future. Let me look psychically, because every time I see her, I just see a lot of truth around her. She actually has angelic wings. She has these big wings. She's been beat up by the right. The right wing is a little beat up. I think this was her husband and daughter I saw on the stage with her. Gorgeous daughters. One of them I feel like is going to be in politics too. And a granddaughter. But when I look at people, I can see their angelic nature or their soul mission or their past lives. Yeah. Okay. I feel like her heart is pretty open. She has a lot of male energy about her. She's very much, has no trouble taking charge and being in charge. She wants to help people financially. She wants to, like, I see her taking chains off a treasure chest. The treasure chest is money, maybe money that we're owed, money that, programs we deserve, that we've worked for, we pay taxes for, and taking the chains off. So I see her doing that. Cool. I also feel like she has a comforting presence for people. I see a teddy bear around her. So it kind of feels like, mom is here. Not a real mothery energy, but more like a divine feminine comfort. People feel like, whew, dodge the bullet. All right, let's see here. And this is new for Virginia to have a female governor. Let's look at her future. Okay, this is her card, the Hermit. This is the Virgo, because her North Node is in Virgo. Oh, wow. Look what's crossing her, Judgment. This is a very powerful woman, a very light-filled woman, here doing her mission. She's here to shine the light and bring judgment, awakening. Wow. Wow, we get to celebrate. Okay, so she's concerned about money. She fought hard. She stood up for herself. Agreements. She has agreements. Well, this is that male energy. She's going to come in and make some real changes. This is the Archangel Michael card. She's coming in to make some change here. She's part of the new energy. Oh, shoot. She needs to be careful. There could be a spot there. Now, you can celebrate that we won, but this is not over. We're just getting started. These people are ruthless. I'm concerned. Is this a health issue? Uh-oh. Let me ask, how is her health? Oh, her health, she's tired. Wow. Yeah, the one thing, I mean, she has all this wonderful energy, but she has to keep up her health. I feel like there might be things with her health or her diet. It's very stressful. Yeah, she needs to be careful. Sorry about that. I'll just turn it off. Okay. Sorry if that bothers people. It's for some reason my phone is just it's like an hour project to get it back on after it's all on airplane mode. Let me just see if I can push this button and see if that turns the sound off. Okay. Wow. Okay. So let's look at Mandami. Mandami is I believe he's a Libra. Is he a Scorpio or a Libra? I believe he's a Libra. He's kind of a little bit of a mix. But the thing about Mandami, I love his energy. He's very much a family man. He knows how the importance of family and family business and taking care of people, that is in his heart. He really wants to help people. And it just pisses me off. Some channels say, oh, he's a communist. And shut up. I'm sorry. I'm so tired. They did that to Bernie Sanders. Oh, he's a socialist. So then we start saying, yeah, okay, I'm a democratic socialist. You know what's socialism? Social security, libraries, roads, food stamps. These are all social programs. Medicare, Medicaid. So they just use that to scare people. So some people were calling him that. Really pisses me off about even the Democratic establishment. I guess you need to stop, okay? Because this is the new generation, the new energy. He's part of that. But he also is bringing in new energy. And I will agree, they found his weak point, but it's also a strong point. His weak point is he's not done this before. Literally, in past lives, he's not done this before. He's a first time. But hey, beginner's luck. We need new beginnings, So literally, okay, between that and a sex pervert who does nothing for people and likes Trump, or the other one, which was even a worse Trump guy. I mean, so take your pick. He has a really big heart, Mandami. He loves people. He loves families. He loves community. He really wants to help the city. Let me look at him psychically. He wants to give things to people. He feels like I see him with a basket, and it's an Easter basket, and that would be Christian or Catholic. So he's not, against Jews or Christians or whatever. He really isn't. And he wants to give things to people. And it's just in his heart. It's part of his life path. And he is doing something amazing. I feel like he has a future as a cabinet member in a new administration. He will forever, what he's going to do here, and let's see if the cards confirm this, is change things forever. He's part of the new energy. So, Mandami, how you doing? Oh, he is overjoyed. I just see him with flowers and joy, and he's just really happy he did this. He's like, I got a leg up. I got a leg up for people. He's stepping up. And he's stepping up in an emotional way. He connects with people people's emotions, their needs, and he's stepping up into like a bus or something, taking action. I think he's going to give people free bus rides. Okay, it's only like $2.91 or something. I don't know what, but it's the idea of now we're going to start giving back to people. Hope he does something with minimum wage and rents. I don't know what he can do with that, but let's look at how you doing, Mandami. How are you going to be doing in this first term? Let's look at his first term. He also needs to be careful. How you doing in your first term? There's the government. Yeah, he's got good, solid, he understands structure, good governance, kind of like you run a good family or a good family operation or a farm or a family business. He's going to run the country like that, but in a good way, not the way Kankles did it to enrich himself. That was a businessman that was out from, he's a business government rules. He actually is a rules guy. He follows the rules. He's actually, like, emotionally and spiritually, he's very conservative. Okay. That doesn't mean anti-gay. It just means like he wants to follow the rules. He really is. And this is his soft touch. Like, there's nothing negative here. This is what he wants to offer to people, to be there for people. Okay. He was backstabbed in the past. Okay. He's worked his butt off to get here. Oh, look at this. He's going to do good. He is going to deliver for the people of New York. I almost want to cry. I love it. I love him. I love people like this. God, he's going to deliver. He's solid. He's new at doing this, but he's solid. Okay? And there he is. He will deliver for the American people. Okay. Hey, yeah. Because, you need to stop with all that corporate media talking about communists and socialists. Just stop that. Okay? Don't get me started about Kankles and his money things. He's a good man. He's going to do good. I'm excited. I'm excited for the new energy. We can't, but you got to understand, our opponents are not going to give up. They're not going to go away and take their toys and go home and hide. They're going to double down. Kankles is already saying that this is a crime. It's been stolen. He can't. He's not going to be able to do it. We'll look at the midterms. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's look at Mikey Sherrill. I believe and you can correct me too in the comments. Mikey Sherrill was in the military. She's a badass. Now, Mikey Sherrill has a past life and I don't mean this in a negative way, because I know we have the No Kings. She's been a queen, a good queen, a powerful queen. Was she a king? Oh, she was a king. Okay. But I don't mean this in a negative way. This was back before we had democracies, where she was giving to her people and helping her people. She was a warrior. She was, oh my God, she's very powerful. And this is part of her karmic path. She was meant to win and be there at this time. And she is fulfilling her karma. If she does this and really helps people like she will, she's no longer required to come back to Earth, because she's fulfilling her mission of what she agreed to do in her earthly lives. But she can come back if she chooses. Wow. Yeah, she was a king, a powerful king. Oh, who could defeat her enemies. Yeah, look at her. I feel like she's connected to Archangel Michael because she's showing me standing on the enemy with a big sword. I mean, she's a badass. Okay, let's look at her. How are you gonna do in your term, Mikey Sherrill? I think it's New Jersey. Yeah, New Jersey. Okay. And I don't know what their laws are. I guess you could have 2 4-year terms, I think. I don't know. But let's look at her first term. Look at you, Mikey Sherrill. She is active. She is going to be busy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me look at her psychically. I just feel like she wants to defeat the dragon of evil, or the little slimers. Yeah, she's tough. She's tough. Okay. Oh, okay. Huh. So there was a real chance, like, am I going to get this? Or am I going to be, because she left her Congress job. And she obviously did. Some of these women need to be careful. Uh-oh. There's going to be a smear campaign on her. There's something not right here. There's something, they're going to try to do stuff to her. She will prevail. Truth will come out. Wow. Yeah, so we're not done. Just because we won some races, we kicked their butt, but we won the battle. There's still the war. And she will be, look at this. She is powerful. She is, look at it, has a crown like a king, the king of truth. Okay. She just has to watch out because they're going to try to smear her. Something's going to come up and they're going to go, oh, yeah. See? They might even try to have some legal case against her or something. Yeah. But she will be victorious. Okay. Good news. Good news. Okay. And let's look at the tariffs. So, excuse me. All right. Drive my microphone. Okay, good. You can hear me. Yeah. I'm going to try to do closed captioning with my members this Saturday. We're going to be, I'm going to be teaching something. It's a surprise. And I'm going to be answering questions for members, for new members. And so I'll try to do the closed captioning. I think I found out how to do it when I'm live, but not on recordings. So this is recorded on a certain platform that I don't think has that. I can only do that on YouTube Live, as far as I know. So I'm sorry about that, everybody. All right, let's look at, and I've already read on this. I read that we would win these elections, all of them. Okay. And I read that we would probably win the tariffs case with Supreme Court, and they might try to give something to Kankles, but basically the bulk of it is going to, yes, you cannot do this. You cannot do the tariffs. It's up to Congress. So it looks like they're going to go that way. And then even Amy Coney Barrett said today, let's see, she said, how are you going to reimburse people if we reverse this, because then people are owed a reimbursement? And I guess that's meaning of small business. the businesses that were hurt. Well, I'm like, what about the people? Because if he gained in revenue all this, said $90 billion, $92 billion in revenue that Kankles has from this, from taxing the American people, I guess. I think this is how it worked. But it's like, how is that going to be reimbursed? I think it should be given to the people. But the news is saying it's going to be, if they win, the plaintiffs win, the businesses that sued over the tariffs, then that money will be dispersed to the businesses, and then I guess they can give lower prices to people, and that's how we get our money back. I think we should get a check, but I did another reading where America versus Kankle's regime, where we sued him for all the damage he's done to our government and our finances. But let's look at this. Is this that case where we get reimbursed? Because I saw we would be able to sue him. But let's first look, and I've read on this before, but let's just look again. Will the Supreme Court rule against Kankles? Will they rule against this regime? Will the Supreme Court rule against this regime? The current White House and Kankles. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think the curtain just moved. Okay. Yeah, this has been hurting us. The end of business, things coming to a standstill because of what the White House did unilaterally. Yeah. So they're going to try to present smoke and mirrors. It's not really what you think, and we can do this. And, there's a lot of confusion around what really happened. But yeah, the angel of mercy is coming in. Small business will win. So they might try to say, well, we're going to, give the administration something, or, but yes, we will rule against them. He may try to threaten or throw something in there, do some razzle dazzle, but it's not going to work. I mean, Kankles might, when he sees he's losing. So let's ask, will businesses be reimbursed? When this goes, I don't know when it will. I heard one reporter say June. Are you serious? I thought this was happening now. Maybe you guys know in the comments. Sorry, I should know that. Let me look. No, I already tried to Google that. It doesn't say when they're gonna. I don't know if there's a timeline when they rule on this. Maybe this case started in June. Oh, since June. I think that's when he came out with this, right? All right. Let's just look. Will American businesses be reimbursed? Will American businesses, I just got a yes. Let me look energetically. Yeah, I see money. Yeah, the court's going to oversee like money going back to them. Ooh. Ooh. So this is about the government and our relationships overseas. Because this is not good what he did. It's all about him wanting the power to take everybody's money and everyone has to bow to him. And he just went too far and people are like, no, that's not what we wanted. We thought you were going to be pro-business, not. This is, we were betrayed. We were tricked. Yeah. They're going to have to give the money back. Huh. They're going to have to give the money back. Well, let's see the final outcome. It's going to be hard. This is going to be a mess. Yep. Yeah, they're going to get some money back. You're going to be getting money back. Fill your cup. Not maybe all of it, or I don't even know what he did with it or whatever. Well, let's ask, will the American people benefit from, will the American people benefit from this judgment that the Supreme Court is making? Will the American people get their money back, either from businesses or like way lower prices on stuff, or will they get a check? Yeah, I don't see a whole check. Let me just pull 3 cards. Will they get a check? Yeah. In a way, yeah. Wow. Wow. Let's ask. But so then we would assume already, but we'll just pull the cards anyway. Will businesses get money? I see them doing it. I get a yes. They're going to get their money back. You can't do this. You can't just go in there and rob everybody and try to claim you're a king and destroy everybody's business. But yeah, they're going to be looking at the money. Follow the money. Oh yes, definitely. Now we'll probably get a trickle down of something. I think we should get checks in the mail, but businesses are going to get their money back. They will be made whole. Can you ever undo the pain that was done completely? I don't know. Yeah, he is done for. He's toast. This was, the whole thing was trying to run a gangster government on America. We have too many institutions and good people in place for you were not doing that. I told people before, when the election, like, I was like, why are these corporations supporting him? Because they're going to get a tax break. And I was like, yeah, you're going to get your tax break, but then he will own you. So good luck with that when you don't have a business. So much for your tax break. You don't have a life, you don't have a business. Everyone in the world hates us. Yeah, you got your tax break. I mean, it's insanity. So, okay. So I'm going to make a video on this probably next week. I'm going to do some, let's look at, we didn't look at Gavin Newsom. I was going to say I'm going to make a video on forgiveness. I know a lot of people don't like that topic, but it can be really healing for you. I went yesterday to forgive my ex. Who is a person who I thought, I was terrified. He was very violent. He was in a lot of really big money, dark stuff. And I was too young. I was actually underage when we got, and I was afraid. It was so cool. I went to tell him because he's on his deathbed. And my son asked me to. I'm like, okay. So I went in there to tell him I forgive him because I don't want any more karma with him. I'm done with him. And this is the last lifetime I want to deal with him. So I had to forgive him and let him go. Not that what he did was okay. Not that I want to hang out with him or anything in any way, shape, or form. But because I wanted to be clean, I wanted my soul to be clean. I wanted to because that's how you let it go. And I remember being just terrified. I could tell you horror stories of broken bones and things that happened to me, and being locked in the house, and I mean, just gangster, all kind of, you know. I could tell you stories, but I don't want to get into that here. And when I went and I looked at him, he was afraid of me. He was just a little empty shell of a person that wasn't there. A life of dishonor and creating tragedy wherever he went. And my son asked him after I told him I forgave him, and I didn't go into detail because I never really told my son everything that happened, because you can't do that. That's his father. It's still his father. So, but I just saw the fear in his eyes. And my son asked him, "Do you have anything to say?" He had nothing to say. And I heard this little voice say, "I'm afraid of you." He's afraid of me. Because I came in with so much power and so much love and so much forgiveness that you can't touch me. I'm not that little wounded little girl anymore. And I actually learned so much from everything that I went through. Not that I never want to go through that again, but anyway, kind of reminds me of this. Kind of makes it easier for me to deal with this government, because it's like I've been through this before, and anyway. So I might make a video on that. All right, yeah, I will, because it's an important part of our healing process when we've been through things like this. Not to say what the person did was okay, not to let them off the hook, not legally to excuse them of what they've done. They still need to be held accountable, but so that we're not carrying that person's darkness within us, because we've been infected with this evil. And that's kind of what's happening now, is people are affected. I did a healing. If you watch my video, like, I think it was last Saturday, my members, you should check that out. I think it was on Halloween, or the day after, or the day before Halloween, something like that. Okay, I'll try to post it on my community page if people want to look at that video. It was members. I think it was on the 29th. It was members on the 29th. Okay, so let's look at Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom is awesome. I mean, he did this Prop 50. He's really standing up. And I don't always like everything he does, but he loves his wife and his children and his country, and he's not afraid to stand up. Okay, kind of what we needed, I love the trolling stuff. It's just like, it's kind of like he's connecting with the Gen Zers. But let's look at Gavin Newsom. Let's look at his future. I'm going to say next 4 years, because the presidential is coming up. Or let's just look at him running for president. Will he run for president? 3 cards. Will Gavin Newsom run for president in 2028? Definitely. He's got his wife or women like him. It's going to be treacherous. We got a real fight on our hand. But here he is bringing in the new world. Wow. I thought a woman might win. It still could still look, but he's going to run. Let's ask, will Gavin Newsom win the presidency in 20? Let me look at him psychically. I feel like he could. He might have a woman VP. I feel like he could team up with somebody who are running as the Democrat candidates. Because I kind of saw a woman coming in, but it could be that the woman is next after him. Let's look. Will Gavin Newsom win the presidency? I see a lot of victory for him. He is the Knight of Wands. I think he's a Libra. I see victory. Yeah. Yeah. A new beginning. Wow. Very cool. Very cool. Okay. That's still a ways off, and there's a long time between now and then. So now we need to focus on the midterms. Call your congressman or your senator every day. Tell them to end this shutdown or to protect our health care. And call the Republicans to end the shutdown. Yeah, I was looking at when I looked at it, it looked like in November sometime it could end just abruptly, or it'll be the thing that brings him down. They'll just keep it going, and he will just somehow get out of office. I don't see him doing the whole 4 years. So we'll see. Let's see. Should I pull on that? Should I read cards on when will the shutdown end? Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes. Look at Mikey Johnson. Oh, he's about to get run over, like crushed. Not physically, but he's very worried. He just lies. Oh my God. Let's see. Will the shutdown end in November? I hate to read on this because there's so much energy and I've looked at it before. I'm not always right. If I was always right, you'd have to wonder who I am. Will the shutdown end in November? I kind of feel like before Thanksgiving. If you're taking a flight somewhere, set your energy, say your prayers. You don't get delays because you got Mercury retrograde and the shutdown. I'm going to be flying somewhere. And at first I looked at the energy. I was like, oh no. So let me do a healing on that. And now it looks better. Okay, so will the shutdown end? Yes, it will end. Will the shutdown end in November? Shining the light on the money. They're protecting the secrets of the Epstein files. Yeah. They're gonna. It's Kankles is gonna have to do this. I get a yes. Okay. I hope that's right. Okay. Hey, thank you so much for watching till the end. I really appreciate you. And I'm sending you so much love. Bye from Apollo. He's taking a nap. I got to take him for his walk. Okay, now. We did it. Yay. And end.